So, about 7 or 8 years ago, when I was in a mental hospital, I was involuntarily had electric shock therapy. And when I found out I was going to have this, I was really scared because anything to do with surgery or just going under anesthesia, I think it's called, just scares me because when I was maybe 18 or 19 years old, I watched this terrifying movie where this guy was getting, I think, heart surgery. And anyway, he was awake during the surgery and feeling like his body was paralyzed and his eyes was closed because of the medicine, but he was awake inside his mind. And so he could feel the pain of getting his bones chainsawed open and or whatever it was and all that. And ever since then, I've just had this fear of that happening to me. And it's really freaky. Like, movies have that effect on me. Like, even the movie, what's it called? Psycho, where someone comes in a shower. I don't know when I watched this movie, but I was so freaked out that even today I can't close my eyes in case if someone comes in and stabs me or just hurts me. Like, I can only close my eyes for about 1 or 2 seconds before I feel freaked out and I have to open my eyes, even if there's shampoo suds going into them. And that's like when I was young, might have been 10, 11, something like that. I watched the horror movie Scream, and that basically traumatized me. But anyway, back to electric shock therapy. So this was terrifying for me. But I don't really remember a lot about that time. Because my memory was wiped out from electric shock therapy treatments, and I had for about 6 weeks in the mental hospital, or somewhere along the line, I bit my arm and my hand. I don't know if I bit a chunk out or what happened because my memory is all fuzzy. But I still got scars from it today. So like I got these scars where I'm not focusing, I don't know if you can see it too well, but I bit myself here too. I think there's a little fatal line in the middle through the little gap in my tooth. So my sister told me I kept sending her photos of these wounds on me and saying that I was confused that I didn't know how they got there. And she said that she had to keep telling me, and that's because I had bitten myself. So I must have told her, like, about it. And so I kept forgetting and asking her, how did I get these wounds? I don't remember much else about that stay apart from that. Well, I don't remember that either, but from what Jess told me, my sister, I just remember there was this elderly lady there, and we'd go out into the courtyard and smoke cigarettes, and I was very fond of her. And she constantly kept saying she was pregnant, which obviously was a delusion. But she would always come up to me and she would sit next to me and we'd talk. And then she had an accent, I think she was Irish. And I remember I wanted to, in the end when I had to leave, I wanted to exchange numbers because I thought it would be good to catch up on the outside. But I didn't because I was scared of rejection. And thinking about her now, I wonder if she's still alive. But there was another mental hospital stay I went to. I can see the images in my head of this time because of how this lady was elderly, and there was this hospital I stayed in where there was a ward specifically for like more elderly people. And I remember I left my ward and I walked down a hall and I went into this other ward for the elderly. I'm not sure what was going through my mind or what I was doing now, but I remember just standing in front of this fish tank, this really large fish tank, and just watching the fish in there swim around. And then I left and went back to my ward. But I don't even remember why I had the electric shock therapy. I know I had psychosis, but I vaguely remember that it might have been for depression and because I was suicidal. I'm not too sure on that. But I feel like my memory has been messed up a bit since the electric shock therapy because there's just a lot of things I don't remember, like even from the past. And I mentioned this to a psychiatrist, and he said that can't happen. It's just temporarily. Like it's only you're only meant to have like memory problems while you're getting the treatment. But really, I don't believe him. I think it did stuff up my memory from even memories from my childhood. I do remember a lot of stuff though from my childhood because I remember back when I was in nappies when I was like a year and a half old. And I know that sounds like it could be impossible, but I remember I would go up to my sister when she was laying in bed, and when I had a diaper full of shit, I would like rub my diaper all over her face, like when I was wearing them, because I thought it was funny. And she can confirm this memory. And I know my mum said like I was out of diapers when I was like a year and a half old. And I even remember being in a cot when I was a baby. And that sounds impossible too, but maybe no one would believe it. But I remember I was like really small, like 8 months old, and I had this bottle. I clearly remember it, this memory, like it really stands out. Like I had a bottle that I was drinking milk out of, and like in my mind, I guess like I thought it would last forever. Like I thought it would last until I wanted it. Like it would only run out when I didn't want it anymore. And I remember drinking it, and then it ran out, and I remember being so upset and furious that it ran out before I had not before I still wanted some. And so I began crying and screaming because the milk ran out, like in my mind, like injustifiably, like something. And I remember feeling so angry and so upset. It's like it made me feel unsafe somehow. I felt like almost like my anger and that could like do damage, almost like it could explode objects in the room or something. And so then my tears and anger and upset became to do with being like I've just to do with just feeling unsafe.